3 teams ready to follow Avalanche, trade players no one expects, while there was a bit of an underlying feeling that a Mikko Rantanen trade was possible. Seeing it happen on Friday night still sent shockwaves around the NHL. Rantanen was an Avalanche superstar and, to many, a lifer. However, money being an issue meant the AVS had to explore their options and find one in a trade. Rantanen is now a Carolina Hurricane, all because he wanted more than the Avalanche were willing to pay. Sportsnet's Elatot Friedman explained that Leon Draisaitl's deal with the Edmonton Oilers changed everything. Rantanen saw the money and wanted it, too. An annual value of $14 million is more than Nathan MacKinnon makes, and they couldn't justify paying him more than their star center. And with Cale Makar's deal coming up, the AVS drew a line in the sand. Are there other teams who might be in a similar situation to the AVS? Perhaps it's not about money, but fit or personality clashes. However, the answer is yes. Boston Bruins and Brad Marchand. When asked if the Boston Bruins could realistically trade their captain, Fluto Shinzawa of The Athletic cited a conversation with an NHL executive who responded, if they think it'll help the team. It was then said of Brad Marchand, all bets are off. The idea of the Bruins trading Marchand seems incomprehensible. Still, with just under 6 weeks until the trade deadline, here we are. After some up-and-down moments during the season, being scratched and benched for periods or sequences, and rumors of drama between Marchand and David Pastrnak catching media attention, Marchand's future is anything but clear. It seems evident he wants to remain a Bruin. With what's going on with that organization, and with how uncertain their plans moving forward appear to be, there is a greater chance than perhaps ever before that Marchand and Boston could agree to part ways. Pittsburgh Penguins and Chris Letang. Marco D'Amico of RG.org reported that the Pittsburgh Penguins were gearing up for a potential fire sale. Dubas later shot down those rumors, saying on Josh Getzoff's GM show, on the Penguins radio network, we're trying to bring in younger NHL players, we're trying to bring in prospects, and we're trying to bring in draft picks, with the goal being to quickly develop those assets into people that can help the core group of the team here win one more time and then set the team up for the long-range future. It's not clear who is untouchable in Pittsburgh, but Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Brian Rust, Philip Tomasino and Owen Pickering have been rumored to be on that list. That leaves someone like Chris Letang exposed. Related, are the Pittsburgh Penguins preparing to become trade deadline sellers? The idea that the Penguins could move Letang is tough to swallow. He is one of the 3 core pieces of that organization, with Crosby and Malkin, together longer than any other trio in the NHL. Whether Letang is open to moving matters. He has a full no-move clause in his contract and may decide he's not willing to go anywhere. Vancouver Canucks and Elias Pettersson. The thought that the Vancouver Canucks would be open to trading a dynamic star less than a year after signing him to a huge extension seems wild. Still, the organization is facing that kind of decision with Elias Pettersson. Yet to live up to the expectations of a $11.6 million per season contract, there is drama between Pettersson and JT Miller, which the Canucks are being forced to address. The expected move is a trade, and while Miller feels like the obvious choice, the Canucks are exploring all options. The Canucks waited when Pettersson wasn't ready. When they deemed that they'd waited long enough and put some pressure on him to get a deal done, both sides realized they had no desire to part ways. The extension got signed, and everyone seems thrilled with the idea that the 26-year-old would remain with the Canucks long-term. Pettersson has reportedly told the team he doesn't want to be traded, but it's not clear the Canucks share the same love for Pettersson today as they did in March of 2024. Get the latest news and trending stories by following the Hockey News on Google News and by subscribing to the Hockey News newsletter here. And share your thoughts by commenting below the article on thn.com or by visiting our forum.